Call the regular city council meeting Monday, November 27, 2017 to order. Clerk call roll, please. Alderman Putoff. Here. Ferrari. Here. Waldorf. Here. Lukosius. Here. Brackey. Here. Sapienza. Here. Payton. Ballard. Here. Mayor Harrell. Pledge of allegiance. Okay, well, I'll call up Police Chief Doug Brennaby so you can do your promotional ceremony for the police department, promotion to the ranks of commander and sergeant.
Thank you, Mayor. Sarah and Art, would you mind coming up here and sitting up here with me, please? I'm going to take a few minutes to offer a few comments before Mayor Harrell comes down and conducts the swearing-in ceremony. I wanted to welcome everyone for coming this evening. This is a very special evening for Sergeant Raymond, currently Sergeant Raymond, and currently Officer Art Smith. It's very special for our entire police department, and obviously it's very special to the friends and to the families and the co-workers of these two officers. Tonight we're going to really get the opportunity to witness the swearing-in of two new leaders that are ascending into new leadership roles in the police department. And they're, in my humble opinion, members of the finest police department around. Their promotions come with an extreme amount of competition. And the reason it is because every police officer that wanted to be a sergeant, every police officer that wanted to assume the rank of commander were very quality and are very quality people. So I think when we say the finest, it's not just these two officers, it's everyone who represents the people of Peru in providing police service to the people and the visitors in the city of Peru. So I congratulate them and I congratulate the friends and family for what brought them and all of you here tonight. I'm not going to speak in great detail about law enforcement. It can be a very rewarding and at the same time a very challenging profession, and I know that family and friends know what police officers have to go through, so it is a very special evening. I do want to recognize just three people that are, in addition to the officers that are here, but I thought it was kind of important. We have three people in the back row. We don't hear about them. Every couple of years we call on them to take applications for the police department, to conduct periodically promotional interviews, and be the members of the community to help us in the police department select the next leadership, people on the leadership track. And so if I could, I'd appreciate if the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners would just stand for a minute so we could recognize them for all the work they do. And I know they can testify to the quality of not just these two officers, but every other officer they interviewed for the hiring phase of this police department as well as the promotional phases over the years. So I'll go and I'm going to start with the seniority. Mr. Velasnik has been chairman of or on the Board of Fire Police Commissioners in many years as chairman, I think for right at 50 years now. Think about that, folks. For 50 years, he's been a volunteer serving the city of Peru, where he comes in and literally has hired decades and decades worth of police officers and gave his input on the promotional and leadership track. Greg Vaccaro, our circuit clerk, has been a very dedicated member of the Board of Fire and Police Commissioner, as is Roloff Loveland, another lifelong resident of Peru. So we have three people that have had tremendous input. And gentlemen, thank you for doing what you do, and quite frankly, more importantly, for coming out this evening to witness this. That means a lot to all of us. Again, these two officers have done a lot to get to the position they are, to get these promotions tonight. I'm going to just give a brief reintroduction on both Sarah and Art, and then I'll turn it over to the mayor and ask him to conduct the oath. Sergeant Sarah Raymond, she'd be the one on the left. Sarah grew up in Bourbonnais, Illinois. She attended Bradley Bourbonnais Community High School. She then went on and received her bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Olivet Nazarene University. While at Olivet, she played university softball. She is currently enrolled at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, seeking her master's degree in criminal justice. Sergeant Raymond joined the Peru Police Department as a patrol officer in 2004, and in 2009, in just 5 years, was promoted to the rank of Police Patrol Sergeant. She is currently the commander of the Peru Emergency Response Team. She's a certified control tactics instructor, certified field training officer. She's certified in child forensic sex abuse interviewing, and she is a licensed emergency medical technician. In 2008, Sarah was the recipient of the Illinois Valley Chiefs of Police Association Officer of the Year Award, and in that same year received a statewide recognition from the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police, receiving the Distinguished Medal of Valor Award. In her free time, she enjoys hanging out with her friends, her family. She plays softball. She likes being outdoors. And from approving all her vacation requests, she likes to travel to Florida quite often. She and Rachel live in Spring Valley currently, and they are raising two dogs, Oscar and Rocco. So, ladies and gentlemen, I first now present to you Sergeant, soon-to-be Commander Sarah Raymond.
Okay, raise your right hand, state your name, and repeat after me. I, Sarah Raymond.
I, Sarah Raymond,
Having been appointed to the office of Police Commander in the city of Peru,
have been appointed to the office of Police Commander in the city of Peru,
the county of LaSalle in the state of Illinois,
the county of LaSalle, and the state of Illinois,
aforesaid do solemnly swear
and for said, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
in that I will support all city ordinances,
and that I will support all city ordinances,
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
of Police Commander
of Police Commander
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me.
Congratulations.
Okay, now that we have a vacancy in the ranks of sergeant, we'll proceed with the promotional ceremony of our newly selected police sergeant. I'd like to introduce 36-year-old Officer Art Smith. Art was born in Denver, Colorado. He moved here to the LaSalle, Peru area with his family as a very young child. He's lived in Peru for the past 30 years. His wife, Crystal, and their two children, Landa and Gia, are present here tonight. Art attended Illinois Valley Community College, where he graduated with an associate's degree in criminal justice, and in 2002 was then immediately hired as a police officer for the City of Peru Police Department. In Art's 15 years with our police department, he has served as a patrol officer and was assigned to the crime reduction team assigned to specialized proactive police patrol in LaSalle, Peru, Oglesby, and Spring Valley. In 2008, Art was selected as the City of Peru's first ever canine officer. For the last 9 years, he has worked proactively. He's worked ambitiously as a canine officer. He's been involved in numerous felony drug seizures protecting the people of our community. There's no finer or dedicated canine officer than Art Smith. He's currently a member of our police emergency response team. He's a certified firearms instructor, and he's also a certified field training officer for the police department. Art is extremely passionate about his career in law enforcement and takes his responsibilities to the police department and to the city and his co-workers very seriously. He cares about the residents of Peru. He cares about his fellow officers, and I know that that commitment is going to continue as he ascends in the supervisory ranks. So with that, I'd ask Mayor Harrell to administer the oath to new Sergeant Arthur Smith.
Raise your right hand, which you've already done. State your name, and repeat after me. Having been appointed to the office of Police Sergeant in the city of Peru, the county of LaSalle, in the state of Illinois, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Illinois, and all city ordinances, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Police Sergeant to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
As everybody knows, I'm kind of camera and microphone shy, so I only have a couple of more comments that I do want to give to Art and Sarah while I have a captive audience. I did a lot of research on what to say about leadership and found many sources. One is the Police One news media organization, and they list many, many different traits that police leaders must have or should have to be successful. And I picked out, I thought, what would be the most 7 important for Sarah and Art to take to heart and think about as they ascend in these new roles. So I'll tell you to live your values, realize that the position that you hold does not define the leadership, but the person who holds that position defines leadership. Tell your officers thank you often. They appreciate that. Admit to them your mistakes, because we all make them. Remember, you're a mentor and you're a coach to these police officers. You have to hold people accountable. That's a very challenging thing, but it's very rewarding when I think the most important trait is that you always remember to forgive them for their mistakes. So with that, please join me and the other supervisors at the finest police department around. Thank you.
I just wanted to say one more time, I present Commander Raymond and Sergeant Smith.
Sir and Art. Hey, Art and Sarah, you got to sign this before you leave.
Okay. I think so. Okay, do we have any comment cards, public comment cards filled out on agenda items?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do we have a motion to receive the minutes and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Do we have a motion to receive the financial reports and place on file?
I'll make that a motion, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor, just wanted to point out to the home rules, sales tax for the month of August is in, and it indicates Peru received about $10,107 more than it had last year. So sales tax to date is $6.6 million, which is fairly close to last year, and that certainly is positive through August.
Anyone else? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. We have no activity reports to receive and place on file, so we'll move right to committee reports. The Finance Safety Services, Chairman Putoff.
Alderman Radke will lead us through disbursements today, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Total disbursements for November 29, 2017 are $3,017,510.76. I move that this report be received, placed on file, and the bills paid in the usual manner.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to receive the disbursements, place on file, and pay the bills in the usual manner. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call, clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Payton. Ballard.
Motion approved.
Tonight, Your Honor, Alderman Payton, along with Human Resources, Kim will also take us through the insurance motion tonight.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion that we seek a contract with key benefit administrators for a self-funded health insurance plan for the city. And I'd like to see it funded at 10% over the maximum cost here at $891,775.47. I believe that going self-funded will save the city money, and in long term, we will be on the path of safer, healthier city, and we will have control of it.
Do I have a second?
I will second that motion.
Do we have any discussion about it?
Just wanted to point out some of the key facts. Kim Reese, if you can take over and just point out the employee facts and also the city, what we're getting into with the self-insurance program.
All right, so after carefully evaluating the insurance options for 2018, we did evaluate that the self-funded option with key benefit administrators as the third-party administrator, it would then, the agent of record would be Diamond Brothers. We feel that it's providing the City of Peru employees with very comparable coverage, actually the same coverage that they currently have. It would save the employees and the city money without jeopardizing coverage or benefits whatsoever.
And again, is there any other, Kim and Tom and Dave, I wanted to thank you for your work with this. It has a great potential of savings for the city, and it's something relatively new, so we'll have to take that as we go on. Roll call.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. If there's nothing further, we'll have a roll call. Clerk call roll, please.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius. Radke. Sapienza. Payton. Ballard.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, that's all we have tonight for the Finance and Safety Services.
Okay, thank you. Public Services, Chairman Waldorf.
Yes, Your Honor, we have a motion on the agenda to discuss and approve the final payment to A&M Coat Painting Incorporated for a ground storage tank project closeout in the amount of $83,694.60. This payment includes 100 days of liquidated damages. If you remember up on North Peoria Street, there was some concern that that project came to a halt and sat dormant for quite some time, and that is the liquidated damage that we are seeking in this final payment at a cost of $49,000. So the payment without the liquidated damages would be $83,694.60 plus $49. We are only going to approve the amount of $83,694.60. So I will make that a motion. Eric, if you have anything to add to that?
No, it's good summary on that issue. If you do remember or recall, we had an issue early on, or the contractor had an issue that we worked through with them. However, as the project progressed, the responsiveness of the contractor decreased. In fact, we had a couple contract items that were performed or completed outside of their scope that otherwise they should have done. So we think that this is a fair assessment in assessing them 180 days of liquidated damages.
On that check, Dave, maybe I can give you some language to put on the back of it. Such a negotiation of this check shall constitute full and final satisfaction for services, so you get some accord and satisfaction language on the check to avoid subsequent issues, hopefully.
Okay, anything further? Okay, we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius. Radke. Sapienza. Payton. Ballard.
Motion approved.
I got one thing.
Just as a reminder, this is going to be the last week for the chipper service for the year, so if you have anything or if you can get in the paper, just let them know. So the last week for chipper service. Leaf service will continue probably till the first snow, because there's still a lot of leaves and a lot of trees with leaves, so we're going to just continue working that till it snows. We can't do anything after it snows, so just heads up on that.
So the date will be kind of till snow, okay.
Yeah, we're going to keep moving forward with it, because there's still a ton of leaves out there, so.
Yeah, I had a lot of people,
And then what about lawn bags?
Phone bags are,
That ends this month. Yep.
was the last day.
Yep.
Okay, lawn bags are finished.
Lawn bags.
Okay. Anything else, Alderman Muller?
No, sir. I would like to just add one item that's not an agenda item, just to update the council. I did send a letter to everybody notifying Northern White Sand and Omnitrax of the substantial completion date for our development agreement. Justin and I have been working on our reimbursement schedule. We had a conference call this morning to review that reimbursement schedule. And just to share with you some quick round numbers, initial first year payback from Northern White Sands is $615,500, and then the subsequent 5 years following is roughly $160,000. And Omnitrax, the first time payment is $354,600, and their following 5 years is $136,000. So that will take effect. First payment will be due December 15th of this year, and payments thereafter are due November 30th for the next 5 years.
Anything further?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll report city attorney, ordinances, resolutions. Yes, Your Honor. First, there was a hearing before the Planning and Zoning Commission on the petition of Eugene Mike Judge concerning an express car wash to be built at 4234 Mahoney Drive. That would be on the west side of Mahoney Drive, where there's presently an oil lube shop. That property there will be raised and a new express car wash constructed. He introduced some pictures of what he's proposing to do. It's very similar masonry construction as this 1 in 6. Now, will that be a demo of the current building at that address? But in that classification, it's also a special use, and that was the necessity of the hearing before the Plan Commission. And there'll be signage directly on the building, as that proposed, and probably just a small sign at the entrance on Mahoney Drive. There's a kick-out lane, as you can see on the site plan. That would be for a vehicle that's not allowed entry. That might be something like a pickup truck that has a bunch of debris in the back that could be picked up by the machines and damage them. He stated there'd be no token sales, but there'll be continual promotions throughout the week. The $5 basic fee would provide soap, rinse, and dry. The express wash would have 22 blowers, and the bays are heated. Construction would probably begin in the spring. These express car washes, they're coming up all over in Cook and the Collier counties, and they're generic. They're not brand names. There isn't any particular brand name attached to any of them. Mr. Judd stated he's been repairing car washes in his dad's business for the last 30 years, so he'll do most of the work, and he's handy in both plumbing and electrical. It was unanimously recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission. The petition as prayed for be favorably recommended to the City Council.
Okay, do we have a motion to receive the minutes and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second it. Alderman Ferrari? Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Do you have ordinance granting the property a special use, which under our ordinance is called an automobile laundry?
Okay, do we have a motion to receive the ordinance as written and read? Okay, we have a motion by Alderman Lukosius. Was that? Any discussion? Have a roll call. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Motion approved.
And as we discussed at the hearing before on the annexation agreement for CF Industries, there was also a hearing before the Planning Zoning Commission on that 100-acre parcel requesting annexation to the city and to zoning classification. Tom Mallett and William Temple, who met earlier, presented the petition. They stated they desire now to be served by the city wastewater sewer system so they can discharge directly the West wastewater treatment plant. And that's what they do in other communities that they have. Otherwise, they have to build effluent pipe to go directly to the river. That would necessitate the requirement of easements, and more difficult than that would be dealing with the railroad. So they've elected to annex and connect to the city's sewer system. And the reason for that, this is cooling water, but to comply with temperature requirements and pH requirements, we want to go into the city's wastewater system. It was unanimously recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission that the property be annexed, and two, that the property be zoned into manufacturing district.
Okay, we have a motion to receive the minutes and place on file.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
A motion to receive the minutes and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So first, we have an ordinance annexing the property to the city. As I stated previously, it's already within the Peru school districts and LP Township High School, but annexation to a municipality does not otherwise affect where school district boundaries are. But that'll bring it into the city corporate limits and the Peru Public Library corporate limits. So the territory that's depicted on the plat is hereby annexed to the city. Notice was given to all the required districts on that annexation.
Do we have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read?
Second, Your Honor.
Do we have any discussion? Have a roll call, clerk, call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Motion approved.
We have an ordinance annexing the property to the city.
We have a motion to approve.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Any discussion? Have a roll call, clerk, call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Payton.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Do we have an ordinance amending the zoning ordinance, classify the property as M2 manufacturing district under the city zoning ordinance?
Do you have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Alderman Putoff, Alderman Sapienza. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call, clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius. Radke. Sapienza. Payton. Ballard.
Motion approved.
Do you have an ordinance approving an annexation agreement between the City and CF Industry Sales LLC, as discussed at the public hearing?
Motion to approve?
Annexation agreement, and then we have a utility,
Who was the motion? Alderman Lukosius, then Alderman Sapienza? You threw a curve at me. The first three were all the same, and then you threw a curve there. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call, quick call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius. Radke. Sapienza. Payton. Ballard.
Motion approved.
then you have, ordinance, authorizing the, sewer easement, from the city to CF Industries to allow the construction of the, sewer, and that'll be at their expense.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Have a motion, a second, any discussion? Okay, we'll have a roll call, quick call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius. Radke. Sapienza. Payton. Ballard.
Motion approved. Well, for the HR department, quite a few things went through that came across your desk tonight. Quite a few things here, so. Okay, we're finished with ordinances, resolutions?
Be sure to accept the, collective bargaining.
Ordinance authorizing the execution of a collective bargaining agreement between the International Engineering of Operating Engineers, Local 150, for the period May 1st, 2017 through April 30th, 2021.
Your Honor, I will make a motion that we receive this ordinance as, and accept it as written and read.
Second.
Here we have a motion, second, any discussion?
Yes, sir, I would like to, thank Kim Reese for her work on this, collective, bargaining agreement, and the Finance Committee. I know the Finance Committee was highly involved, and, thank you for your good work.
Just to highlight a couple of the key points, the agreement is for a 4-year agreement, May 1st, 2017 through April 30th, 2021, indicates a 2% raise for the employees each of those years. The employees will assume 20% of the premiums for the health insurance, and in addition, there will be a one-time $500 signing bonus for the members of that local.
Okay, we'll do a roll call.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari. Waldorf. Lukosius. Radke. Sapienza. Payton. Ballard.
Motion approved. Okay, now, is there any further ordinances, resolutions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, is there any unfinished business?
Your Honor, I'd like to remind everyone that, this coming Saturday will be the, Santa Claus Parade. They'll start off at 12:45 at City Hall with the barbershop quartet singing at the library. Then at 1:30, the, parade will begin. It'll be the barbershop quartet who will be on the parade, on the city float and go through with the parade. Santa Claus will arrive here at City Hall about 2 o'clock. Well, 2 o'clock will come in, and there'll be an official tree lighting ceremony if we get the tree up and we get enough volunteers on Wednesday from the council and anyone else who'd like to help. And after lighting of the tree, and Santa Claus will give out gifts to the kids, and there'll be treats and things in the community room. All that'll happen this Saturday. We hope everyone will.
In addition, I've been asked to remind people that the Pearl Harbor Parade will be held on Water Street. That's Saturday. Parade will begin at 11:15. Again, invited to all residents of Peru, and the veterans included. There will be coffee and donuts available prior to that, too.
And then Sunday, there'll be breakfast with Santa at the fire department, so.
What's the hours for that?
That is from 7 to 1. Right on through. Brunch, yep. Flying in the airport is, I believe that's Sunday, yeah, that's Sunday afternoon.
1:30 on Sunday, Santa is gonna fly. Okay, new business. We have a letter from the Office of Governor. Dear Illinois counties and municipalities, on December 3rd, 2018, the people of Illinois will celebrate our state's 200th birthday. To kick off our 365-day celebration, I hope that all of you will host an Illinois bicentennial flag-raising ceremony in your community on Monday, December 4th at noon. So I need to ask if we can pass for a proclamation to be read on that day. We have Administrative Assistant Melissa has set up the LP choir at, first of all, at 11:30, the veterans will come and they will take down the colors. And then at 11:45, the LP choir will come and sing the national anthem in the State of Illinois song. And then at 12 o'clock, we'll shortly before 12, we'll read the proclamation, and then we'll raise the colors along with the State of Illinois flag. So I'm asking for a motion so that the proclamation will be official when we read it next Monday at roughly 1 minute before noon, and then raise the flag. The flag, do you know where it's at? Well, we should probably keep it under wraps till it's unveiled on Monday the 4th. But they sent a flag, and it's all part of the 200th year of Illinois. So I'm asking for a motion so that I can read and on behalf of the city of Peru the proclamation on Monday the 4th.
So moved, Your Honor.
You second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. I thought you were talking about the float, Alderman Sapienza. You couldn't get it out.
Don't.
Oh, okay, but anyway, is there any discussion about that? Okay, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. And then, as everyone knows, that myself and Economic Development, Bob Vickery, took a trip to China and back, and we had a very productive time over there. What we're currently doing through Starved Rock Alliance and the Karis company is putting together a presentation which hopefully will be done so we can have show and tell. You know, it's easier than for me to sit here and just say, we did this, we did that, but hopefully we can have a show and tell, copy of our presentation, and then, photos that we can describe on what went on over there. But in a nutshell, there was over 100 people in the conference. You don't know who they were representing. There was a name, a list that I've never seen, but you don't know exactly who they were representing. That was on Saturday, and then on Sunday, one of the attendees at the conference came up to us and said that she needed to see us on Sunday, and what that was we met with the Director of Agriculture for the country of China. He's seventh in line on the organizational chart in the country of China, and he told us many times that he's going to be a general in China. But it's quite an interesting meeting, and one of the issues in front of China is feeding their people. They're roughly 1.4 billion people. So what they need to do is tap a source of ground to grow on, and that's the Gobi Desert. Don't know how they're going to do it yet. We told them that we would talk with the University of Illinois, and if they came to country, be able to have them talk with the University of Illinois, because I'm sure they're doing something we don't know, but we'll find out. So I think it was productive. You laid a great deal of groundwork. Quite frankly, you threw your line in the water, and we'll see what happens. Moving forward. They're very interested. They do need to move some factories. I have some photos. The first day we were there on Thursday, the air was crystal clear. You know, it was very windy. The city of Beijing is down in a mountain range, and it was very windy. And the air was crystal clear, and you thought, is this what they call their smog problem? But then the wind stopped. And on Saturday, it started to haze over, and by Tuesday morning, from the hotel room window, it was difficult to see 2 blocks. And you can feel the particulate when you're breathing. It's quite an issue. So they have said that they're going to close 1,000 factories in that area, and they're going to go somewhere. I don't know if they're going, to the U.S., they're going to India. India has a problem, as we read today in the paper. They have a huge problem, and I think it was Mumbai today that they were talking about their issue. So it's going to go somewhere, so maybe... I had a great deal of difficulty, not my eyes, but your nose, breathing that, and a great deal of difficulty with that. Absolutely. So there's an issue there. While we were in country, there was 50, 100, 150, I don't know the number of plant supervision arrested because they weren't following their government guidelines. One thing that was interesting is if you were on the hotel internet, which you really didn't have a choice on the control they had, virtually nothing would go through. You could send an email, but if you clicked on anything, U.S. newspaper, it wouldn't go through. They wouldn't let it go through. And then it was quite interesting. There was one U.S. channel that I found on the TV when you were around to turn the TV on, and it was CNN, and it was in English, but it wasn't worth having the TV on to watch it because every 15, 20 seconds it would just go, it wouldn't go blank, it would go to flowers in blue sky and just give the time and temp. And then apparently when whatever it was they didn't want you to see was done, then it would go back to CNN and then immediately go back to blue sky, flowers, and in pleasant music. It's very, well, it is what it is. It's a government-controlled country. And I did ask the locals, are we safe here? And they said, you're absolutely safe because there's not a square inch of property anywhere that is not on camera. And they know if anything happened to the foreigner that was in, that they'd be in jail, or executed, whatever. I don't know. But it was interesting, and we did lay our groundwork. We did throw the seed out. We were able to talk about the Starved Rock region. We talked about that quite a bit, and then we were able to spend some time on our own city. The city of Peru, Ottawa, LaSalle, and Streeter were represented at the conference. And
it was nice you got those UCLA basketball players out of jail in China.
That's
and
right.
Brought them back.
That's and they didn't even appreciate it. So we're told. Anyway, we're putting together slides and a little show and tell because it'll be easier, and there's some interesting things that'll be there. Any other new business? Petitions, communications, anything?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay, public comment, any public comment? Well, nothing? No public comment? Okay, closed session, I don't think so. Okay, motion to adjourn? Second. I have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.